We are coming to you from the BRICS Trade Fair, of course, leading up to the BRICS Summit that will be happening from August the 22nd to August the 24th. So we're in the booth of the IDC, and I have the pleasure of welcoming Mr. David Jarvis from the IDC, and he's going to explain, of course, just his role and, of course, the role that the IDC is playing in BRICS. Mr. Jarvis, thank you so much for joining us here on Hilaal Live.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so give us an explanation, of course, with the work that the IDC is doing with BRICS. But first of all, I want to get obviously your title and the title that you're working with regards to BRICS.
Great. So I'm an executive at IDC, and my role at BRICS is the chairperson of the Financial Services Working Group.
Mr. Jarvis, let's talk about business and BRICS because they're intertwined. There's no getting away from it. Let's talk about the role that IDC is playing in working not only with South Africa as a BRICS nation, but also the rest of the BRICS partners.
So, as you know, our focus in terms of investment is within South Africa and the rest of the continent, focusing on investment, whether it's debt or equity, into businesses to help them grow, to develop industrial capacity throughout the continent. So, obviously, the BRICS focus is through trade and investment. We are looking to improve our trade with our BRICS partners and obviously to also get investment into the continent, which will lead to more economic capacity as well as jobs.
Yeah, you speak about investment, and of course IDC plays such a huge role with regards to, funding of businesses that really want to get the startup that they deserve. How important is investment outside of the continent of Africa going to be to really boost an economy of Africa, which is something that it's an explosion waiting to happen. All it needs is just the right push.
No, exactly. And the focus that we've taken as the BRICS Business Council is really that South Africa must play the role of a gateway to the rest of Africa. And just this morning, we had, as part of the Financial Services Working Group, we had a conference, a Lekgotla, on BRICS insurance and reinsurance, looking at the continent. So, as was being discussed there, only 50% of the tickets for reinsurance are taken up from Africa continent. And if you can get reinsurance, it brings down your cost of business, it shares the risk. So we're really looking to open up the market for BRICS reinsurers to ensure that we bring down risks for businesses within the African continent. And that's the kind of work that we're doing within the Financial Services Working Group. One of the other initiatives is to establish an SME fund. So, a fund which would be set up via BRICS, and then each country would have access to a pool of funds to distribute to small and medium enterprises, as a kind of based on the needs of the particular country.
You talk about SME funding. There's so many of entrepreneurs, and I'm going to just focus on South Africa that really need that push with regards to funding. This is an important week, isn't it? Because it allows for that funding to happen and for those entrepreneurs to get the push that they deserve.
No, for sure. We know that finance is a key constraint to the growth of a lot of SMEs. And that's why we do have particular organizations like SEFA, which is a small enterprise finance agency, which is a subsidiary of IDC, which are available to support small enterprises. But we also believe that, in the big mega projects, the kind of projects which are driven by NDB, the New Development Bank, the BRICS Bank, there should be opportunities made available for small and medium enterprises. And our focus as South Africa has been also on how do we ensure that women entrepreneurs and youth entrepreneurs are brought into these larger projects so that they can also have an opportunity to get that kind of experience and grow.
I was going to talk about the New Development Bank because they, of course, are going to play a huge role, aren't they, in trying to make sure that this funding goes as smoothly as it can be?
Yeah, so the New Development Bank, and I know there's just been an announcement around an additional facility that they've done for South Africa. So they are one of the most positive outcomes of the BRICS initiative. And on Monday, they're going to be hosting a seminar, a series of events looking at the success of their green financing, as well as talking about the role of multilateral and DFIs in making sure that economies do grow.
Mr. David Jarvis, we'd like to thank you so much for joining us on Hilaal TV.
Great. Thank you very much for the opportunity.